I'm Mark Davis of B&W News, reporting from the Denver Gold Group's annual gold conference in Denver. And I'm here with Eric Roth, the CEO of Extorre Gold Mines, a company with a high-grade gold and silver discovery in Argentina. Eric, good morning.
Good morning, Mark. Pleasure to be here.
Nice to see you.
Thank you.
Eric, tell me more about your gold and silver deposit.
Okay, Extorre, as you're aware, our focus is on projects in Santa Cruz province in southern Argentina. Our flagship project is the Cerro Moro project, a high-grade gold-silver vein system. At the moment, it's quite an exciting story in terms of we have two prongs of development at the project. One is the exploration side of things, where we currently have 4 drill rigs on site, expanding the current resource. Now, our current resource is a very high-grade resource. It's about 600,000 gold equivalent ounces in the indicated category, and about another 400,000 ounces in inferred resources. The key thing with the indicated category is very, very high grade. So we're looking at 18 grams gold and about 800 grams silver. So very, very high grade resource. At the moment we have 4 drill rigs on site that are doing nothing but looking to expand that resource with a view to getting to the second quarter of next year with a resource update. So people can look forward to lots of news coming forward in terms of exploration activities, drill results as they come to hand. And not just also at the central part of Cerro Moro, but also at the district scale and also the regional scale. So we have a number of targets to also test. So the next 6 to 12 months, you'll certainly see lots of news flow on the exploration side. On the development side, basically what we're proposing is a relatively small scale development at Escondida, focusing on the high grade mineralization. We're looking at a fairly small plant, about 750 tons a day, but because of the very high grades, that will still equate to about 100,000 gold equivalent ounces per year. At very, very low cash costs. So, and we're looking at pushing that production timeline along to having production by the end of 2012. So essentially a little more than 2 years from today. So really it's a pretty compelling story in terms of the growth, looking at adding and growing the current resource base, but also the development side of the equation. So it really is quite an exciting story.
And do you have any idea what the cash cost per ounce of gold would be once you're in production?
Yeah, at the moment we're currently completing a pre-feasibility study. Cash costs we expect to be very, very low. Let's say they'll certainly be in the bottom quartile. They'll be very, very competitive. As you can imagine at these kind of grades, they'll be very, very low. I should also mention too, as part of that development process, we've also entered, on the mining side, we've entered into the permitting process. So the environmental impact assessment was submitted to authorities recently. So we now are on track in terms of the permitting process. So when we complete the pre-feasibility study, end of, let's say, first quarter next year, early second quarter, we'll be in a position to then push the button on development and then go forward. So the idea is that certainly by the end of the first quarter, early second quarter next year, we'll be ready to commence the development. And so really, as I say, the next 6 to 12 months, you'll see lots of advances, a really exciting period for the company.
With so much on the go, how is your working capital situation?
We just recently have announced the financing. So earlier this week we announced that we would raise $30 million plus a $10 million over allotment. That's gone very, very well. Before that we had $15 million Canadian in the Treasury. But certainly with the new funds here, that will allow us to accelerate exploration going forward and also continue with the development studies going forward. So
excellent. And with so much on the go, are there any other key developments or points that would particularly interest investors?
I think in terms of key, as most investors would probably know, we are trading on the TSX. We're currently going through the process of listing on the Amex in New York. So now that's a process we hope to complete by about middle of November. So that'll obviously help the company a lot in terms of liquidity, giving US investors better access to trading the stock of the company. And in terms of other developments, I guess really, at the Cerro Moro project, we also, as I say, we're also expanding the regional exploration. At the corporate level, we've also taken on 2 new directors, 2 independent directors, which basically will assist us with the Amex listing there. So it's actually a requirement of the Amex listing that we have a certain number of independent directors. So we have lots going on at the corporate level too. So.
Eric, Extorre Gold Mines is clearly a rising star in the precious metals sector, as has been reflected in your share price as of recently. So I wish you continued success.
Thanks very much, Mark.
Thank you, Eric.
Appreciate it. Thank you.